Let us discuss about actinomyces. Actinomyces are gram-positive anaerobic filamentous bacteria. They are non-acid fast since their cell wall does not contain mycolic acid. They are non-motile, non-sporing. They are soil saprophytes. They are normally found in the oral cavity, gastrointestinal tract and vagina. Predisposing factors for infection are abdominal surgery, dental procedure, traumatic injury, poor oral hygiene, etc. There are several species of actinomyces. Actinomyces israeli, Actinomyces odontolyticus, Actinomyces viscus, etc. Among them, Actinomyces israeli is the most common. There are several forms of actinomyces infection. One is cervicofacial actinomycosis. It usually occurs following dental manipulations. They are associated with a painless indurated mass in the perimandibular area, and these may be mistaken sometimes for tumor. This is also known as lumpy jaw. Then we have thoracic actinomycosis. It usually occurs after aspiration of oropharyngeal secretions, especially in persons with the seizure disorders. Sometimes they can occur following direct or hematogenous spread also. Persons with thoracic actinomycosis usually present with hemoptysis, weight loss, etc. So they clinically simulate tuberculosis. Then pelvic actinomycosis is there in ladies with intrauterine contraceptive device insertion, abrasion due to the device and actinomycosis infection. Then abdominal actinomycosis, having history of open surgery or ingestion of foreign bodies. Ileocecal region is the most commonly affected in abdominal actinomycosis. Then we have actinomycetoma, chronic suppurative infection of skin and subcutaneous tissue following local trauma, usually affecting the lower limb. These are the tangled mass of bacteria, and they are surrounded by this eosinophilic material at the periphery. This eosinophilic radiating material is Splendler-Hopley phenomenon. They are antigen-antibody complex and necrotic debris from the host inflammatory cells. So these tangled mass of bacteria and Splendler-Hopley phenomenon, that is this radiating eosinophilic material. Then we can see these numerous neutrophils, this multilobated nucleus and eosinophilic cytoplasm. The tissue reaction is suppurative and granulomatous inflammation. Here we can see the numerous neutrophils, this lobated nucleus and eosinophilic cytoplasm. So suppurative inflammation, and we can see many multinucleated giant cells. These correspond to the granulomatous inflammation. Again, numerous neutrophils, this lobated nucleus, eosinophilic cytoplasm, so suppurative inflammation, and here numerous multinucleated giant cells corresponding to granulomatous inflammation. Again, these clumps of bacteria surrounded by this Splendler-Hopley phenomenon, this eosinophilic radiating material, which are antigen-antibody complex and necrotic debris from the host inflammatory cells. These actinomyces bacteria are GMS positive, Gomori methenamine silver. Here the same session stained for GMS and they are found to be positive. And here at the periphery we can see this filamentous bacteria. Again GMS stain, we can see this filamentous bacteria at the periphery. These are all actinomyces which are stained positive. Again here we can see the filamentous bacteria. Here again GMS stained session. These filamentous bacteria we can see. Again a GMS stained session we can see the positive filamentous bacteria. Then we have already said that they are gram-positive filamentous anaerobic bacteria. This is the gram-stained section. You can see the filamentous gram-positive bacteria here. And these are Splenterhopli phenomena. This gram-negative, this eosinophilic material surrounding the clumps of organism. They are antigen-antibody complex plus necrotic debris from the post-inflammatory cells. Again, gram-positive filamentous bacteria we can see. Again, gram-positive filamentous bacteria we can appreciate in this section. They are usually associated with multiple abscess with the draining sinus, and these draining sinuses often release sulfur granules. The sulfur granules are aggregates of bacteria which are 0.5 to 1 millimeter in size. So these multiple discharging sinus containing sulfur granules which are yellow and 0.5 to 1 millimeter in size. Then we can do the culture anaerobic incubation at 37 degrees Celsius in thioglycolate broth or brain heart infusion agar. Anaerobic incubation at 37 degrees Celsius in thioglycolate broth or brain heart infusion agar. They are slowly growing bacteria, so it takes 1 to 2 weeks for the colonies to form. In thioglycolate broth at 37 degrees Celsius for 1 to 2 weeks, usually fluffy balls at the bottom of the tube appears. In brain heart infusion, the colony will have a molar tooth appearance. Then another species, Actinomyces odontolyticus, has a rusty brown colony. That is about the culture. Then the differential diagnosis is Nocardia. Nocardia is also a gram-positive filamentous bacteria, but Nocardia is aerobic bacteria. Actinomyces are anaerobic and Nocardia is aerobic. And another difference is Nocardia is weakly acid fast. That is, when the concentration of sulfuric acid is 1% rather than the usual 20%, they are acid fast positive. So they are weakly acid fast. So Nocardia is gram positive filamentous bacteria like Actinomyces, but they are anaerobic and they are weakly acid fast. And they are also gram positive and they have a filamentous beaded appearance. They are gram positive branching filamentous bacteria with a beaded appearance. So that is the differential diagnosis of Actinomyces. That's all about Actinomyces.